Folks, watch number 46 after this. What's all up pushing stuff? See Benny Thompson? He starts it with the shove right there. Now watch where he goes. He's out of there. All right, the rest of you guys, get in there and fight. He's gone.
Much like the Paul McGuire system.
That's right.
Standing behind the coach.
Get it started and get out of there. Get behind the coach. They never hit a coach.
Krieg lofts the ball downfield, and J.J. Burton comes down with it. A Patriot defender fell down. So Dave Krieg lets a long one fly and makes the connection for a 24-yard gain and the Chiefs' first down.
That ball was in the air so long he almost had to fair catch this. Watch this ball and how long it is in the air. The ball is thrown up. Here it comes. Burton's in great position. The defensive back falls down. Hurst. Good play. First down throw. That's the first time that the Kansas City Chiefs have thrown the ball on first down. But they also have Harvey Williams in the backfield.
I'll tell you, one of the interesting things that some of the Patriot coaches said, the one guy they hope stays on the bench is Harvey Williams, because this guy they think is an underused talent. Big back with breakaway speed, and now he's going to get some carries as Williams spins off. But the Patriots are there to ride him down. Chicago continues to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers 10-0. If that should hold up, Buffalo would then go to the top of the AFC as far as home field, because they've beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers. San Francisco's the best team in the NFL. Talk to anybody in the league and get their opinion. They all say 49ers #1, and they'll never have to leave California right through the Super Bowl if they have the home field. In fact, they won't have to leave it after today.
That'd be nice, you know that? It's a comfortable feeling.
Second down and 8. Rain's let up. Still falling, but not like it was. Krieg stands in. Misses his target. Take a look at the playoff picture here, Paul. Bills, of course, a winner yesterday over Denver, 27-17. That's how the Patriots spent their afternoon, waiting for their plane to arrive, watching that on NBC.
Yeah, well, the reason, you know, the Bills played Pittsburgh and beat Pittsburgh up in Buffalo, so they would be in control of the home field advantage if the Pittsburgh Steelers happen to lose to Chicago. So the other guys, when you take a look at all these things that are happening, every one of these teams really control their own destiny, Krieg. I mean, and it's nice to see a lot of teams have a shot at this time of the year to get to the playoffs. It's nice for the fans.
Next week we have Buffalo in an important game at New Orleans. San Diego's the team to watch, though, because of their 4-12 record last year. Scheduling's in their favor. They're not going to lose the rest of the way. Watch. Not in the regular season. They have Cincinnati today. Todd McNair was the intended receiver, so the Kansas City drive stalls, and their punter comes back out. Marty Schottenheimer, Paul, your old pal from your days playing together at Buffalo, actually was a Patriot for 2 seasons, 69 and 70, a Boston Patriot.
Yeah, he wasn't a very good player. He's a great coach. He's in the right spot. He's coaching now. Didn't have to play much. I always tell the story about Shots. He kept saying to the coaches in Buffalo, play me or trade me. They finally played him, found out he couldn't play.
Traded him.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Here's the punt downfield. Ooh, Walter Stanley.
Look out.
Man, this guy is, it's either everything or nothing at all with Walter. And right now it's a whole lot as he's across the 45. That ball is in jeopardy, though, until you're down on the ground and the whistle blows. Here's a penalty marker down.
And I'll tell you something. The new punter, Sullivan, saved the touchdown. Even though he doesn't make the play, he saves the touchdown. He did the right thing. He pinned Stanley to the sideline. And there was a blocker in front of Stanley at the time, but that man, number 10, saved the touchdown. But if the penalty is, and they say the penalty now is on Kansas City, on top of this, what a great run. I mean, Stanley was just slipping and sliding. I love it when the players are in there saying, all right, now you guys keep quiet so I can hear what he's saying, because we want to get it before everybody else gets it.
These officials have done a nice job in some tough conditions. They've had a lot of peculiar things to rule on.
Here goes.
Once again, easy for him to say.
Well, the ball's going to be, there's offsetting penalties, and the ball will be put in play right here, right where he catches the ball, because there's a penalty, and everything else stops now. Now watch Stanley. What a great job he does of getting away. But the guy Sullivan, watch number 10. Here's the job he does. He takes the lick, but pins Stanley to the sideline, and now there's no place to go.
Remember when Walter Stanley showed up this season, Dick McPherson said of him, Paul, I hope this guy's as good as he says he is.
He is. He's a talker, isn't he?
I tell you, he's not afraid. He's taking chances all game long. Now the war chant starts to echo down from sold-out Arrowhead Stadium, but there's a lot of no-shows because of the rain.
Something I don't understand, and I know with your Notre Dame background, and you'll be able to tell me this. They have Wile E. Coyote on a scooter down here, right?
Right.
They are the Chiefs, which are Indian. Is that correct?
That's right.
And then when they had the old stadium, they had the Wolf Pack. I mean, and foxes. What? I mean, I don't understand. What are these people?
Well, they have all full range of animals here. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Bob Costas, O.J. Simpson, and Dan Hampton will be reviewing the scores and highlights. Old Hamp, they called him the king when he was with the Bears. Maybe you can explain that to the audience. He led that team. He was royalty.
He was a great player.
Here's the handoff to Leonard Russell again, who's done a big job. Big back. They keep on hitting him. Almost a flag call there as he took a pop outside of the white line by Charles Mincy.
Well, I'll tell you, again, Leonard Griffin does a great job to move everything to the outside. He doesn't make the tackle, but he forces Russell to run wide. Watch at the end of the line. Watch number 98. Right here, you see that move he makes? He gets his arm on Russell, just forces him to the outside, and then he gets help from Mincy. 1 yard gain.
Coming into the game with the 27th ranked offense in the NFL. Draw play, and John Vaughn picks his way and holds onto the ball in a second down and long 9 call. He gets ahead for a gain of almost 7 yards out to the 25-yard line. That Zolak now, Paul, has to be thinking blitz and every down he has to throw on.
And the Chiefs look like they're going to take one of their timeouts. Yeah.
2:47 left to play in the first half as Coach Schottenheimer checks the clock.
Responsible adults aren't supposed to have fun. Wake up. We can do whatever we want. Drive racing cars to work, play golf in our pajamas, tennis on the bus, or baseball in our mother-in-law's living room. All you need is a Game Boy. It's a personal game-playing system with over 200 puzzle, action, and sports games to choose from. Hey, fun is your reward for growing up. Start playing.
You really got to get one of these.
Game Boy by Nintendo. Have you had your fun today?
Next Saturday, NBC Sports presents another special Saturday edition of NFL action as the Chiefs head into Giant Stadium trying to hold that lead in the AFC West. They go against the New York Giants. Coverage begins with NFL Live at 12 noon Eastern time. That's next Saturday on NBC. A critically important day for the Chiefs. 8-5 at the outset, as are the San Diego Chargers, 8-5. Chargers a huge favorite at home against hapless Cincinnati. Right now, the Chiefs struggling against the underdog Patriots, trailing 13-6. Zolak goes to the run. This is John Vaughn picking his way, taking on tacklers. He's ahead for a first down. A superior effort by John Vaughn, who took the big pop and struggled off it, got ahead for a Patriots first down.
There is a flag on the play, but Derek Thomas is, I mean, he is really complaining because he was held at the line of scrimmage. Illegal motion by the Patriots. That brings it back. It'll still be third down and about 8. But Derek Thomas was really held on this play. And he gets himself caught on the inside. Watch 58. Now here he comes inside. Watch what happens. Now see him, he's being held right by his shirt. No chance. Bayless doesn't make the play. Vaughn gets the first down, but they were already in motion. Now they should come again. If they're gonna rush on third down like they did before, the Chiefs sending some safeties, this is the time to do it again.
They dig in. 5 men up front. Here comes Derek Thomas coming hard. And the Chiefs do a good job on defense as they shut down the draw play to John Stevens.
Benny Thompson really makes a sensational play because if John Stevens gets away, he's going to probably be able to pick up the first down. Benny Thompson's the guy that got in, made the play. He was a check man. He was looking at the back and made the play.
2 minutes to go in the first half now. A timeout on the field, and the Chiefs continue to trail New England.
Working to be the best they can be. Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army. Number 29, Pittsburgh's Barry Foster, has been the surprise of the '92 season. Playbook perfect blocking from his offensive line is a big reason the bruising running back leads the league in rushing. Together, Foster and his forward wall help make the Steelers the best they can be.
When the team leader puts you in charge for the first time, that's when you find out how good you really are.
Citizen, 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 elegant citizen, citizen, elegance. Oh, his citizen, citizen, one citizen with lots of citizen, elegant, elegant, arbitrary, elegant citizen. We've got elegance.
The Black & Decker Air Station. It has all the pressure you need to inflate anything fast. The Black & Decker Air Station, always at your service.
Thumper, thumper, everyone prefers. Preferred stock cologne from Stetson. What preferred men prefer.
The Chiefs, locked in a tight battle for the AFC West lead. Schottenheimer's team's in pursuit of their first division title since the days of Stram and Dawson 21 years ago. The Giants, they stand in the way of a KC victory dance, a special Saturday edition of the NFL on NBC next Saturday.
2 minutes to play in the first half. Patriots 13, Kansas City 6. Chiefs a big favor, limited to 2 Nick Lowry field goals. Patriots with 2 touchdowns, 1 missed extra point.
Oh, watch out.
Dick never got away in this extra point. Holder couldn't handle it. Dale Carter looks, this might be a live ball, New England.
This ball should go to the New England Patriots.
What's he doing?
Because Carter is up there and he gets hit into the ball.
He reached down at it and touched it.
Well, the ball hits off his leg. Now, I don't know what they're going to call here, but if they had a replay, I guarantee you the ball goes to New England. I don't know what Carter's doing. Watch this. The ball takes a hard right, and they're going to give the ball to New England, I think. But watch this. Look at Carter. I don't know what he's thinking about doing here. Because, see, he doesn't hit it there, but actually he still doesn't hit the ball.
Literally, it was down, it looked like. Now they're going to meet on that, and well, they should.
Yeah, but he does not hit the ball.
No, he did not touch the ball. It was knocked into his foot, but it was knocked by a defender, which means it was immediately touched down at that point.
When it's touched like this, remember something that happens, folks. You see this ball is touched here by the defender. Now, Carter can pick up the ball, run it all the way to the goal line, fumble the ball. They'll still get the ball there because the ball is dead. Once the offensive player touches the ball is dead.
Carter really should have been nowhere near the ball at that point.
He shouldn't have been, but I mean, what I'm saying is the rule reads this. If the offensive man or the punting team touches the ball, then it is still in the playing field. He could, right here, watch this. He doesn't touch it, but the kicking team does, okay? Now, that ball is down, basically down there. But if Carter or someone else from the Kansas City Chiefs goes over and picks up the ball, they can run with it.
That was the commissioner, Paul Dagliabue, said when he lobbied hard to keep instant replay. He said, if we vote it out, television's still going to have it. We don't have the recourse to correct a mistake, and that's a tremendously difficult call for the officials. But the ball is going to go over to New England. If there was replay, it would not go over to him.
That's right, exactly. Jerry Seaman is here, and we hope maybe we can get a ruling from him on this. But I can tell you now, again, there is no replay, folks. But this ball should be Kansas City's ball there.
But Zolak and the Patriots have it with 1:49 to play in the first half. He lets it rip long. Going hard for the ball is Irving Fryar, and a terrific defensive play by Kevin Ross. The right cornerback running stride for stride with Irving Fryar, and the Chiefs have done a terrific job keeping Irving Fryar out of the game so far.
But look at this ball was on a rope. I mean, Zolak really fired this ball, and Fryar almost had a chance, but Kevin Ross, what a sensational play he just made going up with Fryar. very good corner right here. Very good.
You see, has been to the Pro Bowl twice. 7-year veteran from Temple University. Now the Patriots send Fryar to the near side, lower right-hand portion of your screen. McMurtry's wide right. They go to the draw play, and running straight ahead is Leonard Russell, and he does a yeoman's job, laboring his way down to the 45-yard line of Kansas City. Time becoming very much a factor now, as you see, down to a minute and a half to play in the first half.
Martin Bayless just saved a long game. What you're seeing up here is a lot of people arm tackling. Watch the number of people that hit Russell here. Here he comes through. 1, 2. Look at the arm tackling. There's arm tackling. Excuse me, I thought it was Bayless. It was Carter that comes up and makes the play. Bayless is the guy that was arm tackling and missed him. You cannot arm tackle the backs at New England Patriots. They're just too big and too strong.
Zolak throws a near side shot, not close to a connection to John Stevens. And the clock stops with 55 seconds to play.
Can I tell you, if it was 90 degrees and a beautiful day, Stevens couldn't hold on to that ball. You talk about a rifle shot, and it's, you know, the ball's wet. Scott, I know you have to get it there in a hurry. Man, I'll tell you, you talk about firing that ball.
Officially, there have been 5 fumbles in the game. New England's had 2 and has lost 1. Kansas City's had 3 and has lost 2, and they both led to New England touchdowns. Opening play of the game from scrimmage, a fumble by Christian Okoye, fumble recovery, return for a touchdown by Tim Goad of New England.
They don't even have Carter's back on the line. They don't have anybody back. They have no one back.
That's a good way to keep Carter away from making a mistake against a punted ball. And another beautiful job by Sean McCarthy of the Patriots as the ball is down to the 5-yard line. You just can't risk fielding punts today, although some guys have. This is a tremendous player, though. It's going to be a perennial all-pro player the way he's rising. Dale Carter out of Tennessee. Next Saturday, 10 years of Bob Costas on NFL Live. As you see, Bob's evolution through the years from a serious hair problem to...
Well, that is. That one on the left is... there's some stuff for that, isn't there? I mean, if you Shard did real well, I mean, you can get that off of there. And it's, look at how much it's on his jacket.
In the background, a apple-cheeked young man just beginning on NFL Live some years ago, 10 years ago.
You know, he's gotten taller over the years.
He stands tall in this business.
Yes, he does. He's the best. There is no one better.
That'll be part of NFL Live next Saturday before the Chiefs meet the Giants at Giants Stadium in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. Now let's see, will Dave Krieg risk anything with only 45 seconds left? He'll go to the sure thing, the run to Okoye. And the big back from Nigeria by way of Azusa Pacific in California runs it back to the line of scrimmage. Can't risk a turnover down here. It'd be almost sure points for New England.
I mean, if I were the Patriots, I would take timeouts here. And the reason I would, anything can happen on this play. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Make them snap the ball.
Good point.
They're gonna sit there and go into the locker room with a 7-point lead. What difference does it make? They're not going anywhere. You have 2 timeouts. You have a chance to stop the clock and make them run a couple of plays. And anything can happen on a day like today.
Big Tim Goad ready to hunt the football, but there'll be no more plays in the first half as time runs out, and the Chiefs don't get a very welcoming reception or departure as they leave the field. Lots of boos. We'll be back with the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report after this message from the National Football League and a word from your local station.
The year was 1776, and from this grassy hill, the New England Patriots fought against tyranny, and the American Revolution was born.
I'm Ray Agnew, defensive end for the New England Patriots. And here in New England, the spirit of revolution for independence and equality and freedom is being fought and won every day by citizens who volunteer and contribute to the United Way.
Through this United Way-supported YWCA, women and their children who have been battered and abused are finding food, shelter, and a lot of love.
I want you to meet Renee and her daughter, just one of the women who have been helped through your contribution.
If you could know the fear and desperation I face, you can only begin to know what a life savior this YWCA program really is. I don't know how to say thank you, but for my kids, myself, and for all the women and children you're helping, thanks.
Your local United Way is helping where help is needed most.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
A special eyewitness video tonight at 7, 6 Central. New rescues. Courageous firefighters save hundreds of lives. A daring mountaintop rescue. Then a community frees a boy trapped in a well. A toddler saved by his sister from drowning. And 4 little pups pulled from a pipe. A moose is loose and in the pool. Those new rescues and more. Eyewitness video, NBC tonight at 7. Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
Leighton, back here.
Tessa's Silent World.
Lady, now! I can't hear you.
Could get her killed.
She's gonna hear this.
And all new Reasonable Doubts, NBC Tuesday.
How to live like a mountain man. A true mountain man lives a solitary life, living for nothing more than an honest day's work and the rugged companionship of his fellow mountain men. It's a full-time job, but it does have its rewards, like smooth bush beer and easy drinking bush light. So, head for the mountains. Because once a mountain man has his mountains, what more could he possibly want?
Not every emergency at St. Joseph Health Center utilizes our trauma center capability. Sometimes you just need a little help in a hurry. So right next to our regular emergency department is Emergency Quick Care. And about half the time, for about half the cost of regular emergency treatment, a physician like Dr. Mark Holcomb will treat that painful earache, awful flu, nasty cough, big bad cold, or little owie. Emergency Quick Care. Open evenings and weekends at St. Joseph Health Center.
The rains continue in Kansas City, 40 degrees.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's how you like pizza at home.
Folks, we got to zip through the scores in a hurry for you here. The Bears late in the second quarter, almost halftime, sniffing the upset at home in Mike Singletary's final game at Soldier Field. Their last 2 of the season are on the road, and of course Singletary, who's headed for the Hall of Fame, is going to retire. The Bears are leading the Steelers 13-3, and they've held Barry Foster pretty much in check in the first half. San Francisco trying to win its 6th in a row and take its record to 12-2, leading the 9-4 Vikings at the Metrodome 17-7 at halftime. New England and Kansas City, the game you folks are watching at the Arrowhead Water Theme Park. The Pats also looking for the upset, more than a 2-touchdown underdog and in front 13-6 at the half. Detroit and Cleveland, the Lions are 3-10, so they're deciding to find some things out about Andre Ware, and they go with the former Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback. He throws a 13-yard touchdown pass to Brett Perryman. They lead the 7-6 Browns, who have wild card aspirations, 7-0 halftime at the Silverdome. The Jets just got a field goal with 1 second to go before halftime, so Carrie Blanchard has kicked 2 of them, and they take a 6-0 lead to the locker room at the Meadowlands over the Colts, who beat them 6-3 earlier this year in overtime at the Hoosier Dome. So these teams have played 6 quarters against one another this season without a touchdown, just a bunch of field goals. Atlanta and Tampa Bay, it's 14-7 in favor of the 5-8 Falcons over the 4-9 Buccaneers in Tampa, 14-7. Halftime score. When we come back, we show you a bit of the retirement ceremony for Mike Singletary at Soldier Field in Chicago and hear from his former teammate, Dan Hampton. That's after these messages from your local stations.
I'm going back to 1885, and I'm bringing you home.
Michael J. Fox. Christopher Lloyd.
I never met a man like you before.
Trapped in the wildest west ever, with only one way out. The best Back to the Future of them all. Back to the Future 3, tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central on NBC.
Wednesday, Elaine's photo Christmas card reveals all.
How come I didn't get a Christmas card?
You want a Christmas card? All right, here. Here's your Christmas card.
Bonnie Seinfeld, NBC Wednesday.
Happy holidays from Price Chopper.
Roseanne and Tom, they're on Geraldo.
On Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, brought to you by Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's how you like pizza at home.
Well, with the Bears finishing the season with 2 games on the road, today is Mike Singletary's last game at Soldier Field. He was honored shortly before the contest against the Steelers with a ceremony in which his number 50 was retired. Here's a small portion of that ceremony. He played 12 years in the National Football League, went to the Pro Bowl 9 times. You see him with his family there. He missed only 2 games in his whole career, both in 1986, the season after the Super Bowl win. Drafted the same year as Lawrence Taylor, but he was the 6th linebacker taken in the draft, didn't go to the 2nd round. Think of all the players who have come and gone who were taken before him, and the guy they call Samurai, Mike Singletary, is headed for the Hall of Fame.
I'd like to thank my friends, my teammates, my coaches, the Bears organization, and I'd like to thank you. God bless you.
Earlier in the week, we got reaction to Singletary from his current coach and his former defensive coordinator.
When they analyze Mike Singletary and say he was a great football player, you know, you've seen that. Everybody's seen that. But he's a great person. He's, you know, he's an interesting guy on and off the field. He's dedicated to doing what's right and living his life a certain way. And, you know, you got to respect him for those things.
I coached a lot of great players in my day in the NFL, Alan Page, Jerry Philbin, a bunch of them. But Mike Singletary had the great will to prepare to win. And he spent a lot of time, a lot of dedication. He not only was a great player, but he was also a great leader of men.
Well, Dan Hampton played on that defensive unit of the Bears for 10 years with Mike Singletary. In your mind, what makes Singletary singular?
Well, a couple of things. A lot of folks, when it's all said and done, they'll think of Mike Singletary and they'll think of those big eyes. And we just saw on the piece of tape there that one was watering because, you know, it's an emotional thing when a guy retires. The way I'll remember Mike Singletary is him making other people's eyes water. Yeah. And I saw a lot of running backs become very timid running through the hole, and I think that was the thing. Buddy Ryan said that this guy was one of those that had the will to prepare. Now, a lot of people want to win, but a lot of people won't pay the price to put themselves in a position to win. Mike Singletary had that desire, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody work harder at anything than Mike Singletary did.
When the Bear defense was at its peak, not that many teams were playing the 4-3 as you guys were. Now a lot of teams have gone back to it, but with different schemes. So in a sense, he is, if not the last of the breed, one of the few who are the last of a dying breed, the classic middle linebacker.
Well, and what he did basically was bridge the gap. Before Mike Singletary, there were 6'4", 250-pound mastodons, and they're lumbering around, knocking people around. Well, Mike Singletary said, hey, I can hit just as hard as those guys, but I can do more. I can get into pass coverage. I can operate sideline to sideline. And he really was a hybrid between the big guys and the little guys that can do it all.
Dan, thanks a lot, and congratulations to Mike Singletary, and well wishes to him in his retirement. He's headed, as we said, for Canton, Ohio in the Hall of Fame. We're headed for a break, and our NFL Live halftime activities will continue.
Back at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, a 21-year-old stadium, but this is the New England Patriots' first trip here as they come in on a very rainy day after a much delayed trip from Boston because of the weather there. The band was out here today playing at halftime, and
I don't understand this. They don't have any instruments. I mean, I'm going to send some money to the band.
Somebody has to talk to these people.
Well, half of them are out there walking around with their hands like that, and I don't understand. Aren't you supposed to have instruments when you have a band?
I think they're worried about those saxophones taking in some of that rain we've seen all day. Yeah. But it has been a most unusual day, and as we mentioned, the Patriots, this is the first time they've ever played at Arrowhead, and they got off to a very fast start. The first play from scrimmage was a carry by Okoye of the Chiefs. He coughed it up, got some help from the Patriots defense, and then quickly Tim Gold scooped it, was in the end zone.
Yeah, you know, just controlling the football. Again, about this play, you're running Okoye wide where he's not effective, and he gets out to the outside. The ball is stripped by Rembert, picked up by Tim Goad, and in for the touchdown. That was the first play from scrimmage for the Kansas City Chiefs. Started with a bang.
Big Leonard Russell has been pounding away with the ball. He's been fumble-free, and he was in the end zone for the second score.
2 good blocks. Redding 70, bang right there, and then Cook 85, and then Russell just follows Cook into the end zone. 2 excellent blocks.
Right now, two former great Chiefs are being honored on the field, Duron Cherry and Mike Bell. Duron Cherry, the free agent from Rutgers, who is one of the all-time safeties in the National Football League. There's Duron.
He was selected the Chiefs' most valuable player in
6 times an All-Pro player.
And was
Came here, didn't he, as a punter?
He originally was a punter from Rutgers. And became a great free safety and a great community leader here also is Duron Cherry. And Mike Bell, conversely, was one of the highest drafted players. I think he was the second player picked when he came out of Colorado State. A big, tough defensive end. Grew up in Wichita. He had a lot of injury problems, but he had some great years for the Chiefs rushing the passer.
Yeah, and just a nice man. I mean, they've had so many great players with the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, we were up in the offices yesterday, Krieg, and take a look at all those guys, the statues of all the players and some of the pictures. I go back to guys like a Bobby Bell. What a great player.
Talking about great players of the future, we mentioned during the first half some speculation about who the Patriots might draft now. They in Seattle at the moment have the worst records in the National Football League, and in the system of the last shall be first. The Patriots are very closed-mouthed about who they might pick, but there are a lot of top college scouts, some NFL teams at this game today. We had a chance to talk to them before the game, and this is the consensus we got, that Drew Bledsoe, a junior quarterback from Washington State, if he comes out, could be the first player picked. I think he certainly would be by your friend Tom Flores at Seattle.
Well, you know, Flores is looking at a quarterback, and you talk about, there's another guy sitting around in San Francisco by the name of Joe Montana, but he'll be 36 years old, $3.5 million. You can't afford to do that. Bledsoe would be, I think, the #1 pick for a team, if one of these two teams, Seattle and or New England, because they both need a quarterback.
Rick Meyer, there was speculation that the quarterback Notre Dame may have dropped in the rankings. Not so, according to these scouts. They like him more than they ever did. In fact, he could go ahead of Bledsoe, and he could be the Patriots' choice. They might go for what they speculate on as a possible franchise quarterback. Eric Curry, the great pass rusher from Alabama, is going to be a top 3 pick, maybe the #1 pick overall, depending if there's a trade made. And Marvin Jones, a junior linebacker from Florida State, who Bobby Bowden and some other coaches say is the best linebacker they've ever seen in college. He could very well be a top 3 or 4 pick.
But one thing, though, quickly, Zolak, it depends on what he does in the last 3 games, this game and the next 2. If he performs extremely well, you know, that may change their mind about a quarterback.
We'll take a look at the Keystone halftime stats. And you see first downs. They cause for celebration when you get one of those today. There haven't been many. Not much rushing yardage. Virtually no passing yardage for the Patriots, but they do have the lead. Total yards, Kansas City with the advantage there, but so what? Because the takeaway count is in favor of New England. That's been the difference in the game. 2 of those turnovers by the Chiefs turned into touchdowns.
That's another, when you look at this thing, another deal. Stats don't really mean that much. It's the number of points on the scoreboard. And the biggest stat of all is what you do with the takeaway. And the Patriots 13 points. They missed the snap on the extra points, but it could have been 14 points.
Nahi Skarnecchia, terrific gentleman, who's standing tall in the absence of Dick McPherson, the head coach of the Patriots, who's watching this game, and we certainly, everyone extends their best back to Dick, and delighted that his rapid recovery is moving along nicely. As we mentioned, he was with the team all week at practice every day. Did not make the trip here, but he'll be back on a time basis. And right now, the Patriots are ready to receive the ball, and there's John Vaughn back inside his 5-yard line as Nick Lowry's ready to kick it off. Rain, the lightest it's been all day at the moment. Guys might take advantage of it with some throwing. Here is the rookie fullback again running the ball downfield. That is Scott Lockwood. And Scott Lockwood is across the 25-yard line with a penalty marker down back at the Kansas City line of where they teed the ball up. So somebody might have been across the line early.
Offside on a kicking team, and I don't think that New England will take the penalty on this thing. They've got the ball at the 26-yard line. You risk on a return of fumbling the football. Well, maybe I guessed wrong because I see Scott Lockwood coming back out onto the field. I think they're going to penalize him. They are. They're going to bring that ball back.
Number 46 of the kicking team will re-kick with a 5-yard penalty.
Well, Benny Thompson's done about everything today. Might as well be offside.
Well, he went to the Pro Bowl last year as a New Orleans Saint as a special team player. They didn't protect him, though. And he was quickly picked up and has been a big part of the Kansas City overall special teams play, which is consistently good.
They really are. And the brother of Marty Schottenheimer is the special teams coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kurt, also a pretty good golfer, you know. Both Marty and Kurt are handicaps are in the single digits. There's Kurt Schottenheimer.
Art Rooney, the man, late great owner of the Steelers, has 5 sons. And he was a scratch handicapper himself, Art, at one time, but he told his sons if they ever got their handicaps in single digits, they were fired. They weren't in the office enough. Scott Lockwood back deep again, along with John Vaughn. The ball is hit downfield. A spinning kick goes to the rookie from Southern California at the 12-yard line. Lockwood up the middle. Boy, he takes a pop, but holds on and gets the ball out to the 31-yard line. So the Patriots open the third quarter with good field position as his relative at this point early in the third quarter. Tracy Rogers is the guy came down and makes the hard stick for KC.
Lockwood takes a shot here. Watch this. He's coming upfield looking at a hole, trying to find a hole, and then bam, you get level. That play, there was a 5-yard penalty. They picked up 5 more additional yards on the kickoff return.
Zolak brings the Patriots out. They'd been shut out the previous 7 quarters over 2 games. And then their defense scored on the first play from scrimmage today. And that's been the difference as they continue to lead the game by 7 points. Leonard Russell runs the ball for New England, and he's across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line.
A lot of the people, Crick, that went out at halftime to go get a refreshment or to the bathroom kept right on going.
They did.
They went on home. This game is being shown here on television, so it was sold out. But those aren't red parkas you're seeing, folks. Those are red empty seats.
Chiefs have been selling out all their home games. As Big Neil Smith now ready to dig in and go for the quarterback. Zolak and the Patriots with a second down play coming up, and they need 8.
Crick.
John Vaughn working just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Chris Martin just made a tremendous play. He was blitzing on the play, takes on the blocker, and then makes the tackle. You see it 57. Watch Chris Martin right of your screen. 57's coming in. He gets through the blocker, which is Steve, excuse me, and then makes the tackle on Vaughn. Just an excellent play.
Kansas City's had good success against the AFC East. They have beaten 7 of the last 8 opponents in the AFC East, but today they're down to a big underdog, New England. The San Diego Chargers tied for the lead with Kansas City in the AFC West, both with 8 and 5. Go later today. They'll be at home to play Cincinnati. Patriots 0 for 5 on third down conversions. Throwing a catch, and Timpson darts ahead, and it looks like he might have enough for a first down. He does. So Michael Timpson quickly off the flank, making a darting move and then lunging ahead, and he gets the first down.
I would like to see this Scott Zolak with a full preseason under him and watch him fire this ball. Look at the protection is beautiful for him. Look at this ball. Perfect. Timpson is there to make the catch, but that ball is right on the number. That's a super throw in this weather. He knows it. Yeah. His mother and father are still here.
They were coming to games, the Patriot people said, even before Scott was playing when he was third string. I'm sure they are here. We'll check them out up in that upper deck. Leonard Russell looks to pick a hole and kind of shuffles his feet to head for a couple of yards. Middle of the Kansas City defense, Dan Saliamo and Joe Phillips. The 2 tackles were on the stop for the Chiefs.
Again, this is a game that we said right from the beginning is going to be played in the trenches, and that's what they get, the 5 offensive linemen against the 4 defensive linemen and linebackers.
The Chiefs came in tied for 3rd in the NFL in sacks. They had 42, and there's Mr. and Mrs. Paul Zolak.
They told the people, look, get away from us because we're going to be on television. We don't want anybody around us.
That wasn't a hard sell either today.
No.
Swing pass. Good job by John Stevens as he loses tacklers, and John Stevens in the open field is inside the 30 and down to the 24-yard line. So John Stevens looking like the rookie sensation he was a few years ago, 5 seasons back when he was the NFL Rookie of the Year.
I'll tell you what's so impressive about this play is Stevens knows he's being covered. He's number 44 on the outside. He knows that he has a linebacker on his face. Watch what he does. Now he catches the ball. Once you make the catch, now you got to get yourself in a position. Simeon was the guy who was in there to tackle him, misses the tackle, and then Stevens goes downfield. 31 yards later, it is now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
Got Zolak pointing to whoever, mom and dad for sure. Give us some hand signals. Maybe the plays are coming from up there. His dad coached Joe Montana in high school, as all the New England fans know. Now the athletic director of that high school, Ringgold High School in Monongahela, Pennsylvania. John Vaughn working hard to protect the ball and get some yards, and he does, close to the 21-yard line. Outside backers, Chris Martin, Derek Thomas make the stop. We haven't called Derek Thomas's number a lot today.
No, we haven't. He's playing along the line of scrimmage. He usually, when he talked to us yesterday about the backside, I mean, he come down the line of scrimmage and follow the play. But what the Patriots are doing, they're cutting him off. They're just screening him and making him go wider than he wants to go.
Some feel he was better suited to the 3-4 defense. Now he's in a 3 linebacker alignment. Player that opposing coaches agree, though, can dominate a game. Derek Thomas. Referee Nemmers now with a pronouncement. He says
45-second clock will be kept on the field.
25-second clock will be kept on the field. That's hard for the quarterbacks. I mean, it really is. I mean, they don't know that clock the play clock is well, it's working. It's back to 25 seconds.
Well, that's where it should be. Zolak throws and living dangerously against a big rush, throwing off his back foot. Neil Smith was the pass rusher. Derek Thomas, who's good in coverage, also was right with the intended receiver, Marv Cook, the tight end.
Joe Phillips was up there along with Neil Smith. Neil Smith just took the outside and would not let Zolak get out. Watch this. You'll see him come into the picture. There's big Neil Smith. There's just no place for Zolak to go. Basically threw the ball away into the ground. No one had a chance at the ball.
Charlie Bauman, the field goal kicker for New England, has hit 8 of 13 so far this year. He's been a 50%er from 30 yards plus. It should be a long one if they don't advance the ball on this down. Zolak gets away from the rush, fires, and does well to throw it out of bounds. Not a lot out there for him. There was a big pass rush coming, and critically important, he didn't turn it over. He gives his team a chance at points on a field goal try.
Very impressed with Zolak that time because the rush was on and he just slipped out to the outside, didn't want to take the loss, the sack, and dump the ball out of bounds. There would have been no pass interference on this play because watch where the ball ends up. Now Zolak feels the pressure. Inside, outside, Griffin is there 98, and then watch where he throws the ball. So no matter who you hit downfield, if the ball is not catchable, there's no pass interference.
39-yarder. Charlie Bauman hits it up and it hooks wide. So the Patriots come away with no points. And the Chiefs continue to trail in the game by 7 with 9:39 to go in the third quarter. Kansas City takes over when we come back.
Coors cut a non-alcoholic brew tastes so much like beer it'll fool them out. For the taste of beer, let the cutter flow. Your body knows the difference, but the mind don't know. Oh, taste Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference, but the mind don't know. Oh, taste Coors Cutter. Your body knows the difference. Cutter tastes like beer because it's brewed like beer, but the mouth don't know.
The Quick Finish Power Sander from Black & Decker. To do as much as easily, your hand would have to move at 15,000 strokes per minute and be equipped with a handy on-off switch. The Quick Finish Power Sander, a powerful gift idea from Black & Decker.
Here it comes. Domino's $25 million Nintendo Instant Win Game Card with a chance to win thousands of free Nintendo prizes, plus savings on pizza and Coke Classic. And try Domino's new Twisty Bread free with our unlimited topping medium, just $9.99.
I have to admit, I'm a little surprised.
About what?
I just never thought I'd see you in anything but a BMW or Lexus.
Me neither.
Airbag? Leather? This is quality. Expensive?
About 10, 15,000 less than the BMW or Lexus. I think it feels just as good.
What? Oh, there's Pontiac Bonneville. It's amazing.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Coors Cutter Non-Alcoholic Brew, by Pontiac and your nearby Pontiac dealers. We are driving excitement. By GTE, telecommunications consultant to the NFL. And by Fruit of the Loom, clothes for the best of your life.
Well, a Wile E. Coyote trying to engender some fan enthusiasm up there.
We heard that Leonard Russell has a rib injury on the left side and may not return in the ball game, and that's for the Patriots, number 32.
Okoye, the lone setback for the Chiefs. Okoye straight ahead on a first down carry, gets close to the 25-yard line before he's thrown back. So far in the game, Christian Okoye running with the ball, not getting big yardage, but getting a lot of carries. 55 yards so far in the game, and he has 18 carries.
Cricket, in this offense, what Okoye is doing, they're lining him up 7 yards from the ball, which gives him a good running start at it. Now, that play there, they picked up almost 4 yards on the play. But when you see where he lines up, he is 7 yards from the ball. There's Okoye, almost out of the picture, which gives him a running start straight ahead.
Also gives you some yards to make up before the defense gets you.
You bet.
It's like the USC tailbacks, those Heisman Trophy winners. He doesn't catch many. He got that one. And Okoye works hard to get to the 30-yard line. He virtually never gets the ball thrown to him. That's his first That's his first reception of the season. Well, that's what the big cheer's about.
He's saying when you have expert hands like I have, they don't really throw it to him that much. But Vincent Brown was out there, and watch the collision between Okoye and Vincent Brown. Everybody's there. Brown is a little hesitant getting out because they don't throw the ball to Okoye. Here's the collision. He's hit there, and Okoye picks up 3 more yards.
And the reason, Paul, he's not a good receiver is he's had no experience at it. Growing up in Nigeria, he was a track man and played no throw and catch games. Never played baseball, never played basketball. So he just didn't have any experience.
Truly is a success story, that young man. You know, really a nice guy.
One of the nicest. One of the hardest to tackle. It's a made-for-television collision when Vincent Brown and Christian Okoye meet head-on.
I said this once before. We did a New England Patriot game. 59 Vincent Brown. And I mean this. He's the only guy I've ever seen that has muscles in his face. This guy, this guy is put together. What did Schottenheimer say about Vincent Brown? Probably the best middle linebacker in professional football today.
He said this year there's nobody that he's seen that would grade out higher than Vincent Brown. But he is just a tremendous player.
And I'll tell you, there can't be any body fat on that guy.
No.
He's just awesome.
He gives it to you every down. He's got 100th tackle of the year. Dave Krieg play fake, and he's going to let a long one rip. Going for the ball downfield and taking it. It's Fred Jones who's on the run. And finally, Fred Jones, a sprinter from Grambling, is taken down by David Poole. A sensational play for the Chiefs.
Folks, you've got to appreciate this kind of weather. It's been raining all day. These guys are soaking wet. First of all, the pass play, the play action with Krieg. Fake to Okoye, and then Fred Jones, what a catch. You can't appreciate this end. Look at it. Poole has got excellent coverage. Look at Jones, goes up in the air, takes the ball, and watch Poole. Stays with it and makes the play. That's hustling on offense and on defense.
Twice before, we've seen the Chiefs down close like this, but able to come away with only field goals. They've not been in the end zone. Trailing in the game 13-6. Krieg again. Another swing pass on a drop. Kimball Anders.
Kimball Anders had touchdown, Krieg. I mean, it was touchdown. There's just no way. Tim Gordon would have never gotten there. All he have to do, watch this, 38 coming out into the flat. Look at this. The ball is there, off his hands. That's lack of concentration. Drops the ball, would have had a touchdown.
So second down arises as Dave Krieg now was almost forced to throw. Second down and 10. They talked about Dave Krieg coming here from Seattle. He really improved the vertical passing game, the downfield passing game of the Chiefs, which they didn't have under DeBerg, who must be noted also quarterbacked a lot of wins here. Another throw. This time he goes, and the ball is taken by the tight end. Hayes is out of bounds, close to the goal line, but not in. Tight end Jonathan Hayes, that's only his 4th catch of the season.
That'll be first down, because the Chiefs could get a first down inside the 12-yard line. It's a great catch by Hayes. When he reaches out, and watch him struggle for the extra yard. This gets him the first down, almost a touchdown. They should be inside the 1, which they are. Look at this. Excellent catch by Hayes. No chance for Smith. First and goal. Guess who's getting the ball?
Number 35, Christian Okoye, the deep back. Okoye, he goes in, and the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the game.
Watch Anders 38 go in. Watch Anders 38 come back out again, and Okoye goes right off his tail for the touchdown. Just excellent blocking up front by the offensive line. It's a good football game. I'm sorry, the weather's bad, but it's still a good football game because
Terrific
anything
football
can happen in this game.
And earlier we saw what happened, that Sean McCarthy was unable to handle the snap in a downpour, and they never got the extra point try off after the second touchdown. So Kansas City, if they're able to convert here, will tie the game. Nick Lowry, who actually kicked for the Patriots at one point in his career back in '78, he was there briefly kicking while John Smith was injured. Missed one field goal, made 7 extra points in as many tries, and he makes this extra point, and we're tied with 5:30 to play in the third quarter. So the Kansas City Chiefs inch their way back to a tie game.
He was as determined
Have you had enough of it?
as he was defiant,
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Get the union back.
as courageous
He said, why shouldn't he take you out in the alley and beat you until you beg for death?
as he was dangerous.
The Justice Department has plenty on you, Mr. Harper.
In every conflict there, Cash, the question is what has been lost and what has been gained.
Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, Hoffa, rated R. Starts Christmas Day at theaters everywhere.
This is the end of how you think about dandruff shampoo, of Head & Shoulders as you now know it. Now it's better. Because new Head & Shoulders gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts to help prevent flakes. Would you try this with your ordinary shampoo? I think not. No other shampoo has this formula. New Head & Shoulders. This could be the end of flakes. Period.
Yeah, I looked at the BMW and the Lexus.
And?
I drove this. The power, the handling, the control. It was incredible. Really? It's got leather, ABS, dual airbags. It's even supercharged. I could have spent a lot more on the BMW or the Lexus. But why? What is this? The new Pontiac SSEI.
We are driving.
Very nice.
Excitement, Pontiac.
Blocking up front with the offensive line they need to do, but 38 is Anders, and Okoye is going to follow him right up into the hole. Look at Anders. He goes in. Reese Hurst hits. He gets hit again by Vincent Brown. Anders goes back into the playing field, and Okoye goes into the end zone. 6 points.
John Vaughn and Scott Lockwood back again now for New England. 5:30 to play, third quarter. And Lowry, who's been perfect today, kicking the ball, 2 field goals and now an extra point. Hits it downfield, and here comes Lockwood looking at it. Got to run it back.
Benny Thompson.
The Big Red sweeps down on special teams, and under he goes.
Now, you know, you're looking at Benny Thompson there that goes down on the kickoffs. I'm telling you about special teams guy. Now, here a guy goes to the Pro Bowl. For 11 years, and they were talking about when I played, but for 11 years, not only did I play, but I was on the special teams. And you've got to love special teams. It is more fun than football.
At some point, it was decided we should all have to wear clothes. But hey, we can still have fun.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so
The happiest moments in life
become yourself,
are spent in comfortable clothes.
because the past is just a goodbye.
The only kind of clothes Fruit of the Loom makes.
Teach your children well,
Not just
their
underwear,
fathers
but
have
everything you want to wear over it.
slowly go by.
Simple, comfortable clothes.
Don't you ever ask them why.
The ones you love to live in every day.
Would cry, so just look at them and sigh.
Now comfort has a new dress code. Fruit of the Loom. Clothes for the best of your life.
Wouldn't it be great if your neighbor was Wally Dallenbach, the Keystone Beer Winston Cup driver?
Wally, great car. Want to take it for a spin, Dave?
A spin?
And keep her under 170, Dave.
170?
See Wally Dallenbach, or possibly his neighbor Dave, race the Keystone Beer stock car in the Winston Cup Series.
Well, how'd you drive, Dave?
Well, she drifts a little in 3. No problem. But we need to bleed the brakes. It's a
Wouldn't
little
that
problem
be
there.
great?
For that pass completion, David Krieg of Kansas City just passed Len Dawson, the Hall of Famer for Kansas City, for 19th place in the NFL's all-time passing yardage list. There's Len Dawson, now broadcaster for the Chiefs. Krieg now has 28,755 career yards. Just a few more than Lenny Dawson.
What kills me about Lenny Dawson, I know he's older than I am. My face is worn out like 8 bodies. This guy still looks like he's 30 years old. It's incredible. Movement in the line. Flags are going. Neil Smith, number 90, went offside, and Cook was the guy that moved.
Another thing about Dave Krieg, you know, he rates as the 10th all-time passer according to passing efficiency ratings.
On the right tackle, in the right
And
hand.
it's remarkable the people he's ahead of, like
5
Bart
yards,
Starr,
still first down.
Fran Tarkenton, Dan Fouts, Bernie Kosar, John Elway, Warren Moon, and Jim Everett. Dave Krieg ahead of all of those career.
You know, the interesting thing, we talked to him last week before the LA game, Greg, talking about 12 years with the Seattle Seahawks, how difficult it was for him to learn a new system, to throw away the old system. And it said it took him almost 12 to 13 games to do that.
Last 5 games, he's been a hot passer, and has been today even in this wet weather. The rain is pretty much stopped now, as John Stevens and Vaughn will be called on the rest of the way. That was Vaughn who carried the ball. Leonard Russell won't be back, or it's doubtful he has a rib injury. Now let's go back to NFL Live in New York. Bob?
Detroit is doing a number on Cleveland, Don, and it could be a costly defeat for the Browns unless they rally. Here's Barry Sanders with a 14-yard touchdown. Meanwhile, Andre Ware, getting only his 2nd NFL start, has thrown 2 TD passes, and midway through the 3rd, it's the Lions 21 and the wild card hopeful Browns nothing.
Wild card chances plummeting if they lose today at the Silverdome. Now the Patriots try to get some offense going, and the Chiefs defense rising up, shutting things down. That was a 2nd down and 10 carry. Neil Smith closed in quickly on John Vaughn and tackled him.
You think they're not looking for a run from New England Patriots? Dale Carter is the guy in on the tackle, and he's a corner. These guys, when you see them looking up like that, folks, are looking at the screen up there, and they have a replay on the scoreboard screen, and I like to see how well they did.
Right now, Paul, Zolak has to risk a throw in his own end. He's been interception free. Chiefs are going to send a blitz at him. They're coming from different angles. Patriots only 1 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Zolak looks, fires, he makes the connection, and with the ball is Irving Fryar, and he has a 1st down for New England.
They had maximum protection that time, and Fryar goes down, gets beyond the 1st down marker. Ross is covering Fryar, 31. Watch Fryar. Sees the 1st down marker. Now watch him set down. Right there. Give him the target. Zolak hits the target. Patriots have the 1st down.
That was Irving's 1st catch of the day, his 51st of the season. You could see them go to an end around to him at any time. They want to get the ball in his hands more. They've had it in his hands just once. They missed a long try, you'll remember, in the second quarter. Tried to hit him deep. Big strikes. That was Mincy, number 42, the free safety, coming over the top, leveling the ball carrier, John Stevens.
I told you at the beginning of this ball game, this type of weather is a passer's dream. Because you're not going to make a living trying to run the football up the middle of the gun. Either one of these football teams, they're bunched inside. Joe Phillips is the guy that gets a piece of the ball carrier, but they're bunched inside. You're going to, in order to win this football game, first of all, you have to establish the run, which they've both been trying to do. But you've got to throw this football in order to win it. You're not going to win it on the ground.
Let's see what they go to now. Second down for the Patriots. They need 7.
Zolak dropped the ball.
And they held on. The Patriots maintained possession of the football as the clock continues to run with 2:23 to play in the third quarter. Zolak came out of the University of Maryland, a 4th-round draft choice. This is his second year with the team, and he never played a down last year.
And it just dropped the ball. The snap was there.
He's big, 6'5", 222.
Now, Greg Riccozzi comes in as the long snapper. Now, he's in as the snapper. Zolak is under center.
Patriots have fumbled the ball away only one time in the game and no interceptions. That's been what's kept them in it. Gave them the lead early. Zolak thinks it over, takes it ahead, takes a hit at the 29-yard line. It was a 3rd down try, not close to a 1st down. Benny Thompson, number 46.
Benny Thompson has done it all today. I'm telling you, this guy's all over the field.
It's amazing New Orleans didn't protect him after he went to the Pro Bowl last year.
Look at the time Zolak has, though. The offensive line, they're doing the job. Now Zolak decides to run. Benny Thompson decides to drill him. Nice play.
Benny, another one of the standouts in Grambling. And Sean McCarthy's in to punt now. And Dale Carter goes back for the Kansas City Chiefs, standing at his 36-yard line. Wobbly punt. Carter will return it from his 36. And the Patriots, they cordon off the sideline and throw him out of bounds. A 35-yard punt by McCarthy, a return of just 2 yards by Dale Carter. But in this tie game, it's the Chiefs who have the ball when we come back.
35-yard punt. Starting now, your photos have the power of television. Introducing the Kodak Photo CD.
You won't believe your heart. You won't believe your eyes.
Your pictures taken with your current film and camera, transferred onto a new kind of compact disc and shown on TV. The special Photo CD player also plays audio CDs.
Your pictures have never been so powerful.
The new Kodak Photo CD system. You've got to see it.
Gravity. It's more than a fragrance. It's a force of nature. Gravity. For men. You couldn't resist it, even if you tried.
There's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race.
But to finish strong, you have to start fresh. Interstate batteries are fresh. For factory fresh power, call 1-800-CRANK-IT. Start fresh with Interstate.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here with Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. They look great right out of the dryer with no ironing, but Hager's asked me to put them to the ultimate test. I'll wear these pants through high-pressure jets, brushes, and dryers at 3 miles per hour. Ready? Oh, we're out of time. I guess Hager will have to pay me for another commercial. Maybe not. Oh! Oh! Oh!
New Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled!
Tonight, firefighters save hundreds. A mountaintop rescue, freed from a well, saved from drowning, pup stuck in a pipe, a moose in a pool. New Eyewitness Rescues NBC tonight at 7.
Vincent Brown, you know, in the second game of the season against Seattle, he had partial paralysis. This guy here, and there he is. I mean, he made 100 tackles. We saw that a little while ago. This guy is tough. I'm telling you, he is really a tough player.
He keeps making the plays, Vincent Brown. Now it's up to the Chiefs offense to try to get downfield. They've got a sure shot field goal man in Lowry. In this game, it's now tied 13-all in the final minute of the third quarter. Okoye takes it ahead. Who else? Vincent Brown grabs him and hangs on. Ball is advanced out to the 38-yard line.
Vincent Brown, I mean, the guy, look at here, you're going to see Vincent Brown all the way through this. Look at this. He slides down, he sees Okoye, steps up, makes the tackle, a half-yard gain. How's that for playing linebacker? Is that any good?
That's real good. Second down comes up for Krieg, whose confidence in the long passing game has to be up. He's hit some big throws. He's hit 3 of 4 throws for 71 yards in the second half so far. Williams is his lone runner. He swings out. Krieg goes deep. Little too much on it for the fleet Fred Jones. Or Willie Davis running the fly pattern on the far flank.
That would have given him his 20-yard average. I mean, that ball was thrown. Willie Davis just could not outrun the football. Krieg is upset with himself because Davis was, he knew he had his man. Davis had him beat. He just threw the ball too far, and he knows it's his fault. It's not the receiver's fault.
Kansas City had a 4-game win streak end last week at the Coliseum in Los Angeles when they were beaten by the Raiders. Even though their offense had been struggling, their defense kept them in games, and they were winning. It would have been the first time in 21 years that they'd run 5 games in a row had they beaten the Raiders last week, but the Raiders dominated throughout, won 28-7. It looked like New England was going to dominate this one because of turnovers, but the Chiefs have rallied back and have now tied the game. Krieg has a problem, and he is sacked. And the man who gets him is 92 Ray Agnew.
Well, they did the right thing because what they did is they jammed up everything on the outside, so Krieg had no place to go except to step up. And what he did, Ray Agnew, number 92, was right there to make the stop. Great defense. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Watch this. See Krieg, they're forcing from the outside, so they force him up in the pocket. When they do, Agnew, number 92, is there. Excellent play.
That'll do it for 3 quarters of play. 13-13 standoff. Back after these messages.